What's up, y'all? Today I'm gonna walk you guys through a leg workout. This is going to be an intense one and another emotional leg day because your girl went off track the past 3 days and it has been very difficult to move through that. I'm gonna create a video talking about going off track and what that means to me and like how I move through that. I've talked in some of my other videos about my relationship with food and how I've struggled with binging and how it's affected my ability to stay on track. So again, this has been really tough. The past few days, you know, I've had extra rice cakes and flavored pistachios. The first 2 days were pretty moderate, and then yesterday was a full-on binge. And so I really had to take a step back to just think about things and what I really want and what this show means to me and like, you know, why am I falling off track like this? Why do I feel so out of control? It came down to a few things, and I'm going to talk more in depth in another video on this. But one of the reasons is like why I'm doing this show, why I'm even doing this prep. You know, I really want to release shame. That is one of the biggest things that holds me back because you're not going to be perfect. No matter what your journey is, no matter what your goal is, you're not going to be perfect. Perfection is impossible. And it's learning to live with those mistakes, move through and work through them so that you can move forward. I have my lovely friend Emily here helping me record. And in my head, I thought I need to cancel on recording today. I don't have it in me to go shoot a video and to show my body. I felt really self-conscious for anyone to see my body, and that is not a healthy, you know, mindset to have around food and exercise and all of that. And my history of my relationship with food and just my upbringing in general kind of reflect that mindset of, you know, feeling like I need to hide myself and, you know, cope with that shame by isolating. And so I'm getting out of my comfort zone. I'm showing up. I'm sharing with you guys all of these mistakes that I'm making to show you that, again, perfection is impossible. This is my first show. I want to give myself grace and I want to be able to move through this so that I can move forward. So today I'm going to be walking you through this leg day. We'll get a little bit of a warm up and we're going to be working today. It's all about resetting, getting back on track and moving forward. We got about 5.5 weeks to go. And I really want to just be able to show up for myself and give this what I got. So we're gonna warm up today with some deep walking lunges, get that glute firing, and open these hips up just a little bit. So nothing super crazy with this warm up. So just some walking, body weight, deep lunges, and we're gonna do some deep sitting side lunges here, as you can tell. This is one of my favorite warm-up exercises for leg days. You guys have probably seen them if you've seen some of my other videos of my leg days. I like this one because I feel like if I maintain this ability to get off of the ground and move and groove with things, I can do it for life. And it just makes things feel good overall, and like I'm getting full mobility. Okay, so to start, we're gonna superset between the abduction and adduction machine, just to get some warm up, nothing super crazy. We'll incorporate some holds on that adduction to get that adductor firing, but this is really just more focused on activation before getting into some more compound movements, if you will, that are incorporating a little bit more of the overall musculature of the legs. So for this one, we're gonna incorporate some holds to start, just to really get that activation of that adductor, and then we're gonna go into regular reps. So these are both high rep ranges. We're going for 20+ reps on each set. Again, same thing, just focusing on overall activation. Here we go, this is last set here. So nothing super crazy on these. We're just kind of warming up, getting activation of adductors and abductors. So first real working exercise today is going to be hack squat. We're going to get a good amount of sets on that, and I'll show you my first one and my last one, and we'll go from there. So my mic decided to not record the rest of this video. I'm not gonna lie, I just got done crying because I'm just so overwhelmed with prep right now. Anyway, these were pretty fire, not gonna lie. I was super locked in. So for hack squats, I ended up working with 4 sets for these. This was 3 plates on the side, and you know, I'm 5.5 weeks out here, so pretty cool to be pushing that strength. I was incorporating some holds at the bottom, as you can tell, just to really get the best activation of my quads, and especially my glute medius. So for this hack squat stance, it's like a duck stance, so my heels come together and my toes point outward. And I'm just really trying to lock in here and focus on, you know, contracting those quads at the top and then locking in and staying braced at the bottom. These are pretty freaking humbling. So for my first set, I ended up hitting about 15 to 20. And then second set, I put 4 plates on each side because, you know, those holds at the bottom were a little bit easier. Quads were getting pumped. Things were feeling good, especially with that extra food. So this is set number 2 here. Same thing, I started with some of those holds to really get that activation. You can see the pump coming in, which, you know, that gets me really, really excited because it's kind of like visualizing it on stage, especially with some of this quad separation coming in a little bit cleaner. This was really, really hurting. Those 4 plates were heavy, but it was the stimulus I needed to just really get things kicking. And then I ended up going from those paused reps at the bottom to just repping them out best I could. Look at that flight. Dude, I wish that mic was on. It makes me so sad. So for set number 3, I ended up starting with a couple holds for the first ones. Kind of. It was just really difficult, and I could feel my low back starting to kick. So I went ahead and just went into regular reps. Again, focusing on just trying my best to lock in for these. It was burning. And I needed this set so badly. I felt like I got a really good kick out of this. I was just repping them out and fucking fighting, dude. But I like to reset at the top, especially with these cuts, get a couple deep breaths if I need, and then going right back into it because I find that my muscular endurance right now isn't as strong. Again, I've been in this sustained deficit for months now. We're locking the heck in. Starting to really feel it at this point, as you can tell from my face and just energy overall. So for last set, I dropped down to 3 plates, incorporated a little bit of that hold at the bottom, very, very slight, really more just focusing on overall tempo and control and really focusing on flexing those quads at the top, and having those glute mediuses especially fire in. But this one ended up just repping it out towards that end, getting in what I could for that last set. And this was a high rep set. I cut out a bunch of the reps that I did just to, not bore y'all, because a lot of those look pretty much the same toward the beginning. But yeah, just locking in here, catching my breath for a second at the top when needed, but really just repping these bad boys out before moving to a seated leg press. It really is pretty cool being able to show you guys the difference that those couple breaths make, because I have so much more in me, but again, that muscular endurance just gives out on me so quickly with this cut. So for first set, I actually went heaviest, and I got in what I could. I was working with 4 plates, and you can see at the end I end up, losing control, especially at that bottom portion of the movement. So what was happening was I was coming down and just getting a little bit stuck because I was losing that activation of just the musculature in my legs. So I got in what I could, and as you can tell, I got stuck at the bottom, and then I dropped by a plate on each side. So for leg press, I ended up doing a total of 4 sets, and they're pretty much mostly high rep range for those. This is last set here, and this was a kick. So again, focusing on this high rep range. I really liked how I could lock in with this machine and just focusing on contracting those quads and those glutes and those hamstrings to just get the most out of this movement. I was really satisfied with the work I was able to get out of it. Again, I wish my freaking mic recorded so you could hear just like how brutal this ended up being. But yeah, this was a pretty emo leg day. I had my music going, especially as I'm trying to get back on track and everything. I just took that shit personally, and like sometimes you just gotta, so you can release things and move forward. But the control with it, that's what is so important for me. Like, this made my glutes hurt so bad, and I got the best pump. After that, I went for lying leg curls. I only recorded my last set, but I started with some controlled heavy reps, and after everything, oh my god, these hurt so bad, and I felt pretty weak. But, you know, that's kind of why I had them at the end of my workout today, was to just get that last kick out of it. So you can see me fighting here on, you know, these last reps at this weight. So once I failed, I went ahead and dropped weight, and then similarly aimed for just burning out with some good controlled reps. Just focusing on that overall hamstring activation. I like to think about my hamstrings similarly to biceps. So thinking about contracting that hamstring to really get that weight to move. So last exercise of the day, we got leg extensions for the quads. We're going to do a few different variations. We're going to run through 4 sets with those variations within it. We're going to incorporate some holds, a little bit of single leg, and some partial reps. So it's going to be a whole variety. I'll show you guys that. But first one, we're just going to start high rep. We're going to aim for 20 reps and just knocking them out, warming them up, focusing on that quad activation. Okay, we're gonna take a quick pause, then we're gonna go partials into regular reps. I'm gonna take like 3 deep breaths here, and then we're going right into it. Okay, that's it. Woo-hoo! So I just got a set on each side of single leg extensions, just really focusing on that engagement. I'm gonna get one more set of single leg, and then we're gonna go into that same set that we had for that first one that I showed you, where we go regular reps into holds, and then we pause, partials at the bottom, and then into just full quick reps. But we're gonna start with this single leg here. Oh my God, that was so much heavier than I thought it was gonna be. I'm gonna take 30 seconds before getting into this next one, where we're starting with the holds, into partials, into quick regular reps. Two more deep breaths, and then we're gonna go right into it. Oh my God, all right, here we go, here we go. One more time. Okay. Please leave a comment below if you have any questions or want to see anything in particular in these last 5 weeks. I'm going to be talking about the fact that I switched my coach 5 weeks out in my next video on Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. You have no idea how much the support means, so thank you.